appears that the economy is in a much better position now. It's not sitting on a big bubble, and the economy has become a lot more competitive, and technologically, it's becoming more independent. The exposure to the United States has come down from 24% to 13%. So it's less vulnerable to tariff hike. So I think China is in a much better position now. I do believe that this emboldens China to play hardball with Trump.
Do you think that President Trump believes that China is also in a stronger position or is aware of it?
Well, I think that he may not be fully aware of it, but he does know that the U.S. is in a much more vulnerable position. Its national debt has almost doubled since he was in office last time, to 36 trillion, and the fiscal deficit is still very large. And the stock market is very bubbly, and it's based on the AI hype. The whole U.S. assumption is on AI dominance. China couldn't do it, and AI will help the U.S. to regain competitiveness. That is not the case anymore. I think DeepSeek proves that China can do it. And also, the U.S. AI model is very problematic. It's kind of like a utility model, and believing that the whole world would go to the U.S. for AI service. But the open source model makes these makes AI very cheap and available to everybody. There's no need to go to the U.S. suppliers, the U.S. service providers. So I think that the U.S. stock market is very vulnerable.
U.S. market is very vulnerable. China's economy is much less vulnerable than it was during Trump 1. And you think China's going to play hardball. What is hardball going to look like, Andy? And I'm curious, right? One thing we've been talking a lot about, and some people have been worried about, is Trump 1, tariffs. We had the renminbi down 12.5%. This time around, PBOC looks like it's in no hurry to start a currency war, and they're holding the line. I think last fix was 7.17 or thereabouts. Do you see a big one-off devaluation coming? Do they need to do that this time around?
China will not devalue. If you devalue, basically you cut the price of your exports, so you are kind of paying the U.S. Tariff, which is what Trump has been talking about. I don't believe that China will devalue. Instead, China will look at what the U.S. companies are doing in China. And the U.S. is looking at what Chinese companies are doing in the U.S. And the Chinese exports are not very profitable. It's over $400 billion of exports to the U.S. And the profit margin is probably less than 10%. Apple alone makes more money in China than that. Then you look at the U.S. casino companies in Macau. They basically print money there, and they are a big source of Trump's political campaign funds. So basically, I believe the American companies make probably a couple of $100 billion in China, and certainly it's not good to target these companies. But when push comes to shove, you are going to do it.